Slack works well if you have a team. If you have more than two people communicating about a common project, a common purpose, and we're not talking about a short-term thing, we're talking about a long-term thing. Slack is great for communication. What it is it provides you a forum, all right, it's a program, and you create a room for your team. So my team is called Shrein Media. And inside that room, you create different channels. Now, the way we organize it for my business is I've got 5 team members, 5 team members, and each channel represents a client. So I've got client A, client B, client C. Each one of them is a different client. And what happens is when I have a question about, Foothills Baptist Church, I go into Slack, into the channel Foothills Baptist Church, and I make comments so that everybody on my team can see them, okay? The reason why we do it that way and we don't use email is, one, email is where productivity goes to die. Remember that. Email is where productivity goes to die. The other reason is because if I want to bring somebody else into the conversation, they no longer have to sort through a whole bunch of emails to get caught up. They just look at the conversation in Slack. Likewise, if I forget what someone said, I don't have to go to email and search a whole bunch of emails. I just go into Slack and scroll to where I kind of remember it being in the conversation. That is what Slack is beneficial for. So Slack is really great for teams of 3 or more. It's great if you have a long-term project and you want to keep everybody on the same page. Here's another thing. If you have a whole bunch of people who are all networked with you for the exact same thing, and you've got a whole bunch of people who work with you for the exact same thing, and you would like for them to be in contact with one another. You'd like for them to be able to reach out, help one another, solve one another's problems, be resources for one another. It's a great alternative to a Facebook group. It gives you more tools than a Facebook group would provide. It allows them to be in contact. If you don't have a team, unless you get your client, and if it's a big client, unless you get your client on Slack, you really have no need for it. All right? Unless you're trying to cultivate community within your team or a client or something else.